go. So there is the expectation that you can do certain things like if statements or loops without running to documentation. If you had to look up how to make an if statement every time an if statement came up when you were programming, programming would be so tedious that you really wouldn't want to do it. It wouldn't be. I mean, I guess some people could tolerate it, but to me, that would just be so slow. Like, you have to look every single thing up. Now, because Java is so gigantic, people do look things up when they program, right? So here with this functional API, we can see replace all, and then we've got stream, and here we go, remove if. So I want you to give this a try. Give this a try. And we have a good small group right now. So we can get a lot of good interactions between you and me. So would anyone like to try to solve this? Like they'll put the screen on them and you can try to solve this one? Would anyone like to try to live code this? Let's see. Let's see. Any volunteers? All right. Well, then let's go ahead and let's all try it on our own and then share your solution with me, okay? Let's go ahead and check one of the solutions we have. Here we have strings, replace all. N is going to become n plus asterisk. Then we're going to return the strings. Okay, so this is a lambda. The data types are inferred from the context. So we are going to send this n into a function, and then we are going to replace it with n plus asterisk. Okay, so replace all is going to call the lambda once for each item in the list, storing the result back into the list. So we've got more good solutions here. Let's see. Cannot find symbol. Just responding to a few more students here. Let's see. Okay, great. So let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. All right, great. So let's continue on and go check our syllabus. Okay, so we also are going to review some more Project Euler problems. We will look at some Project Euler problems. So let's go here to Project Euler, and then we'll go here to the archives. Okay, so we did the first one, correct? We finished multiples of 3 or 5, good. And we did the Fibonacci numbers. You did that with a team, right? I remember that one pretty clearly, yeah. And how about largest prime factor? Did we do the largest prime factor yet? No? Okay, perfect. So this is good to start. Now, we don't have to use functional programming for this problem, right? So not every single segue going from one topic to another on the syllabus necessarily follows where you have to use what we just learned on this. Now, you probably actually could write a functional solution to this. I think most people probably won't, and that's okay, that's good. That's not really the point of it. The point is just to review that this is a great problem-solving site. You know, we spent a lot of time on Coding Bat. That's what we started with today. Code Wars has been a constant through the class. And there are tons of other sites, right? People go to LeetCode and this and that. And it's just to keep reinforcing the point that you need to be solving problems. Just memorizing an API isn't the best use of your time. If you go to the Java String API and you sit here and you memorize this, you memorize all the methods, that's not really, in my opinion, the best way you could spend your time. Now, it's not the worst way if you want to learn programming, because you will be seeing how the language is put together. Strings are really important when you're programming. But I think, in my opinion, with limited time, problem solving using these different aspects of the API is more important than just memorizing them, right? Okay, so here we have this problem. The prime factors of 13,195 are 5, 7, 13, and 29. What is the largest factor of, oh boy, look at this right here. This is 600 billion, 851,475,143. Okay, gigantic number. So do you think that number will fit into int? No, too big. So that's a hint. You got to use something bigger when you're solving this, okay? So rather than me just typing out a solution and you watching, I want to continue you working on this, but I really would like somebody to do some live coding today. So let's see, who has done, there are people here who have done live coding before, good, and there are some people who haven't done any live coding. Someone volunteer to share their screen. And we will all offer help to solve it. So it's guaranteed. I've solved this problem. I can help you. A lot of students in the class can help you. They can help you solve the problem. But we just need someone to volunteer and share their screen and do the typing. That way it's not always me typing and talking, and it's also not always so quiet. So would anyone like to share their screen and code this one? Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. Okay. Well then, maybe no one will share their screen, but let's all try it on our own, right? Everyone try this on your own, and then DM me when you get it. After we do this example, we will start with GUI programming. Then we start with GUI programming. Okay? So for now, I'll mute. Let's all give this one a try. This is the problem. And send me your Replit when you have it running, or with any questions. Okay, everybody, so we're back, and students sent me a solution. So I wanted to have the student explain it. So I know a lot of people, or most people, aren't finished, but because I want to leave a lot of good time for the GUI programming, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing right now, and then I'm going to ask Gabriel to share his screen. And I'm just going to log stop speaking, and then just listen.
All right. Well, first I got the number and put into a long variable, and I created a method that pretty much just um, runs through all the factors of the number. So I used a for loop to do this. If it was I used the modulus operator to see if if there was no remainder, and if it was, then that would be um, the prime factor, and I returned the highest one pretty much.
Awesome. So does anybody have any questions or comments about this? And I guess I'll just share this on the class. I guess you were doing something with random, and then you stopped doing it, because I see there was an import for random.
Yeah, I just decided to use the number.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and that's really good. And I
No problem.
actually really like that solution. I know when I've done that problem in the past, I don't think I've made it look that nice. So I'm really impressed. All right, so let me go ahead and share my screen. So let's go back to here. And now we can get started with the GUI programming example. And here we go. Okay, so go ahead and join the live stream that I have. And we're going to talk about different. Oh, good. We got a student with another similar solution. Very good. And we're going to talk about a lot of different things about GUI programming today. So the last hour of class is going to be pretty intense in terms of material. So first of all, right now you're looking at my screen. That's a GUI. So GUI stands for Graphical user interface. And most people associate computer programs with GUIs, right? But during this class, didn't we do the command line project on Memer? I'm pretty certain that was part of everything. And when we go here, yes, it was. When we go here to Java on Replit, and we look at the right-hand side, we can see that we can type out ls and cd and all the things that you can do in Memer here on Replit, because this is just a command line. And I I don't consider command line programming any less important or valuable than GUI programming, right? Like programming for a terminal is not like some sort of second-rate programming, because there's a lot of important stuff that is done with the command line. I mean, it's just a reality, okay? So, what's this funny thing here? Oh, they put a Halloween dark mode on. Actually, that's kind of fun. They put this on Replit. Okay, so here we are inside of Replit, right? Now, to make a GUI program inside of Replit, I believe we still would have to add everything one by one. They don't have a drag and drop capability. Now, if we were to just look up Java Swing GUI Replit, we'll find tons of examples, right? So we can go here and see, let's see. Let's see. What should we look up? Here, look something. Okay, here we go. This is called Painter. Oh, this is cool. All right, let's give this a try. So let's see here. All right, let's open this one. All right. So this individual, Epic Gamer 007, like James Bond, did this called Painter. And Painter is based on Swing, okay? So Swing is one way of doing a GUI. I think I'm gonna keep this dark mode for a little while. I think it's kind of cool. Okay. Some imports for Swing. And then we get to the main. And inside the main, we're going to have a JFrame. Well, the person who created it made that. We're just looking at it. And then we have the current color is black. And now we're going to instantiate the main, the JFrame inside of the main constructor. And we're going to add a mouse listener. So whenever there's mouse input, the mouse listener is going to listen for it. And then we're going to set the size of this to be 750 by 750. And now we're going to have a J panel that we're going to put with a box layout. Okay. And now we're going to have a color chooser button with black, and then we're going to have the top panel. We're going to have a new J label with size. We're going to have a new action listener, and this action event is going to get the text, which is going to be the integer, which is going to be parsed into an integer. That's going to set the size. And then we're going to have another text field that's going to have an action listener. And this is also going to get the text and parse it into an integer. If there's any error, you can catch the exception. And then we're going to have another button, which is going to be to clear the screen. And this is just going to take this frame, and it's going to set everything to white. Okay? Now we're going to have a mouse input. When the mouse is dragged, we're going to get the current color. Right? This graphics G is just how we're going to interact with the frame. So we're going to get the X position. Remember, we've got X going left to right, and then the Y position, Y going up and down. Then we've got the X size and the Y size. And for mouse moved, we really don't do anything with it. Okay, and then we make the new main. So we run it, we talk through it. Now we'd like to see it actually happen. So we can put size 3 and size 4. Okay, and then we can just go like this, right? And you see how when I'm clicking and moving it, it's recording it. And we go over here to the color chooser, and the color chooser I don't think is working. Like, I'm not able to get the color chooser to work, so it's only doing black. But if we make this like size 12, I don't even know if this is working. Yeah, that's working. That part's working. It's like if we make it a size 44. Yeah, definitely. Size 44 becomes really obvious. Okay? So, I mean, this is a good, cool program, right? And it looks really nice because people you share this with will be impressed. Okay? Because people like GUIs. People like GUIs. Now, the swing can be written by hand. Swing code can be written by hand. We just went through that. It's not the hardest thing in the world to do, right? But there's also some technical things that you would have to learn, right? So you would have to learn some new things to write it by hand. Write the GUI code by hand. So one of the things that I've done for many, many years teaching this class is I use a GUI builder. I use the Netbeans GUI builder to teach this. All right? Just because it's so easy. It's dragging and dropping. Very, very simple. So by the end of today, you'll be able to make a GUI without knowing any of the swing code beneath it. Now, if you'd like to teach yourself swing, that's great. Here's the only problem with investing a lot of time in swing. Swing is not a popular technology anymore. They made a new successor to swing. It's called JavaFX. JavaFX is not really a popular technology. Now, Java is still popular. There's still lots of code written in Java, lots of jobs in Java. So I feel really good about teaching this course. It gives me just a real positive feeling knowing that you're learning things that are very relevant to you. You know? Like if we just spent this time watching funny videos on YouTube, it would be a lot less stressful for all of us. We would just sit and watch goofy videos. I would never have to grade anything or read anything. But in the end, that's not going to help you proceed with your career and I mean, it's not any great accomplishment to sit and watch videos. So you have to actually prove that you can do things, right? So I don't like to focus on things that are going to waste your time, but making a GUI is still um, probably the one that you enjoy the most. The one you enjoy the most that's relevant to the type of problems you want to solve. So, like, if you're interested in data analytics, well, that just depends on what type of problems you want to solve. It depends on your interests. Like, if you if you really like analyzing data and looking for trends and maybe using machine learning, you have to use Python. Python is the most popular language for machine learning and data analytics. Now, now, some people, some people just like some languages more than others, right? And in the end, like you're gonna you're gonna want to pick something that you're um, comfortable with, but also like if the jobs are scarce, like you'll just have to probably do something you don't love. I mean, that's just my 2 cents on it. So here we have, oh wow, look at this on the right hand side, a Java dungeon escape. This looks kind of cool. Let's try this out. Let's see if this is any good here. Oh, this is a command line program, which could be really interesting, right? Command line programs can be interesting. And students do a lot of these sort of projects for their final projects. Where am I? A voice inside you tells you maybe you should ask someone a question. So, okay, so ask the guard, um, where am I? What is the password? 1234. All right. Ask the parrot for the password. I don't think I'm doing this right. Oh, do you have to put inside brackets? Ask the parrot, what is the password? Ask who? Parrot. What is, I don't understand. I mean, I guess the whole point is it's fun to figure it out, and I like it, but I'm not going to be able to do it. So that's good. It's a challenge, right? Like it's a challenge because you really don't know what to do yet. All right, so let's close out of here, and let's close out of here, and let's close out of here, and let's go to Java Swing API. Okay. So here we have the documentation for Java Swing. This provides a set of lightweight components to the maximum degree possible work the same on all platforms. So this is going to show us how there are actions inside of Swing where an action listener is going to provide the feedback, the interaction between what the user is doing and what needs to happen in the program. So this is a huge, huge document. I mean, there's so many things. Spinner model, right? A spinner is when you can cycle through different data inside of a GUI. And then we've got here, I mean, there's just so much. Oh, J color chooser. Yeah. Wasn't J color chooser part of the previous GUI example we looked at? Didn't we see J color chooser? We did, yeah. And you would just have to click on here to learn more about it, right? So there's tons and tons of details about swing. I mean, just so many different things. Keystroke. All right. So we aren't going to code these things by hand. Now we're at 8 o'clock in the morning. What we're going to do is we are going to work with Netbeans today. Okay? We're going to work with Netbeans today. And I would like everybody to install the newest version of Netbeans. Netbeans download. All right? So go here, and on your home computer, install the latest version. I think I asked people to do it ahead of time. How many of you already installed it? Okay, well, that's fine. We can do it now. Okay, that's good. That's good. Well, if you have it, you can just sort of chill out for a bit. And then if you don't have it, well, actually, no. If you have it, what you can do is you can go and work on the latest Memer assignment, right? Because remember, there is a Memer assignment open. Who has finished it? Who has finished the current Memer assignment? All right, great. So let's see. Was it difficult, in your opinion? Okay, so it says Java SE Development Kit JDK was not found on this computer. So if you don't have the JDK installed, you have to install the Java JDK. So Java JDK, well, let's do the Java Open JDK. Yeah. Here we go. Yes. Not that hard. I just need to practice more of my thinking before coding. I just start coding without thinking. Um, I don't know. That's kind of good that you sometimes are excited. You want to just jump into it. But yeah, if you do find yourself like repeating things a lot and the code is looking really messy, definitely you've got to plan and stop. So, um, writing things out on paper can really help. So, just writing ideas on paper can really help. But, just pseudocode in general, just where you're sort of planning things out. Um, a student had a really interesting answer. I asked a student, I think it was from this class, if they had started on something, and the student said, "Well, no, I'm still visualizing it in my mind." And I thought, wow, what a sophisticated way of saying like they were doing the planning. Like it sounded like an Einstein imagining some physics thought experiment or something. So definitely, if you're ever asked about how you do your programming planning, I like that phrase, visualizing it in your mind. It feels like, you know, you're engineering this great solution. Just a really good, sophisticated way of saying it. So I appreciated that what the student said. So anyways, you can just go here and click on JDK 17, and then if you have a Windows computer, you just click here on this zip. And then you just click here on this, and you can extract all. And we say extract. And now we have it extracted, and now you have a JDK. Awesome. Did you extract this Open JDK? And we'll call this one JDK 7, finish. And then I can make this one the default. But you see how I just added it in? Like I'm here inside of. All right, so why don't you share your screen and then we'll watch. Okay, great. So now we can watch. And all right. Well, if you're there, then that looks good. That's fine. All right. Let's see here. No, let me hold on. My viewing of my Discord is always weird when I click on watching stream. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Okay. So if I go to pop out, no, you just click on the folder. Just click on the folder. let me just pop this back in. Okay, so can you, Jonathan, can you go back to your NetBeans installer? I'm Yeah, so I'm seeing your file manager, but when you click on the Apache NetBeans x64 link up above, what happens? Did you share your whole screen? Because um, I keep seeing the same folder. Can you try to reshare, but with the whole screen? There we go. Now I see it. Okay, so exit installer, and let's try to start it from the beginning. So try to click on it again, and let's see what happens. Okay, so it says JDK8. You can specify JDK option. Oh, okay. So they're telling you how you can start it when you run it. So let's see here. So we're gonna have to go to the command line in order to do that. You know what might make life easier? This is They probably have NetBeans and Java JDK bundled. NetBeans Java JDK bundle. Uh, let's see. All right. So let's see here. Let's see. Let's see here. What is the simplest way to solve this here? Okay, so you did download the JDK. All right. You see where it says you can specify in there? Can you type out that last sentence and just because I can like barely make it out. Type out that sentence and put it into Discord so I can read it better. That would be super useful. All right. Good. So, right. So that's the thing. Your Java home is the folder you just extracted. Right? So that's what you're going to put. Here. Oh, perfect. There's a question about this on Stack Overflow. So just go here to this link, and that's going to, yeah. This is what you're going to have to do. Exactly. And then instead of program files Java JDK 1.5, you will put the open JDK you just downloaded. Does that make sense? Right, but that's a 6.5, so your NetBeans will be a little bit different. So, but just go to your command line, type in. You see in the bottom where it says type here to search. Just click there and type CMD, and then enter. And then let's go to where you downloaded NetBeans. So that was probably to your downloads folder, right? Yeah, so just go there in the command line to downloads. Okay, so you got to use CD to change directory. So type CD and then downloads. Okay, good, good. And then now if you type dir, enter, we should see NetBeans in there. So let's see. Right. So, but the NetBeans should be in there, right? Do you see it? Mm, NetBeans. There it is, Apache NetBeans. Perfect. So just start typing Apache. Just type capital A. But just here, even easier. Back up, backspace. Just as soon as you type the APA, even backspace some more. Just type tab. Yeah, perfect. Then space, and then do the two hyphens, hyphen. No, that's quotation mark. Just the two dashes. Dash. Yeah, good. And then put Java home, and then space, and then that's where they want in quotation marks this information. So type quotation marks, and then that's where we need to put the JDK. So it's going to be in your C prompt, yeah. Backslash. Good. Users. No. You put yours in your downloads, right? And then backslash, and then your name, JONAT, and then backslash, and then downloads, but capital D, and then backslash, and then it was, what did you extract it into? If you just scroll up, you should be able to see it. It's called No. Oh, there it is. Open JDK. There it is. Perfect, perfect. So just copy that, open JDK. Yes, yes, yes. And then you should be able to just paste that into there. Yes, and then close quotation marks. And then enter, and let's hope it works. Ah, come on. There's no JRE at the specified location. No JRE. Oh, you don't have the Java runtime environment installed. Oh, okay, okay. So install that. Just Google for JRE and install that. I figured you would have had that installed, but just type JRE install. I guess, yeah, Joe Rogan is now more famous than Java runtime engine. So yeah, install that and we should be good. So let me go ahead. You can go ahead and stop sharing now. So I'm going to just show some examples with NetBeans and you should be good. Okay, great. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. And then we'll be good. Okay. So yes, if you have NetBeans installed, then you're good. So everybody can follow along now. So let's all go here, right? And this is actually perfect, right? With the remaining 20 minutes, you'll see how to make a simple GUI. Honest 20 minutes is all you need to have. Okay? So let's begin. Let's go here to NetBeans and we say new project. And I'm going to pick Java with Ant. Okay? New project, Java with Ant. And then Java application. All right, then we say next. And I'm going to call this one my first GUI. I guess I've already made that one. My fall 2021 GUI. All right, so then we say finish. And now we get just the standard Java code that we're used to, right? Now, to make life easier, what we're going to do is we're going to use a lot of their pre-built code to drag and drop. So to add a new Java file, you just click inside of this package. The package is going to be this little icon. So you see they have a project. We have here my fall 2021 GUI. That's the name of the project with the little cup of Java, cup of coffee. Then we've got a folder for source packages. And now we have this specific package, my fall 2021 GUI, which we see up here, package my fall 2021 GUI. Okay? In finding feature, what do you have to do? Finding feature. Can you take a screenshot? Oh, okay. So yeah, then if they say that you should add those modules, then just add those modules. I would just say download and activate. Yes, yes, I'm recording it. It's probably going to be like a very chaotic video to watch because like, interacting with these different student problems, installing NetBeans, but you can always like fast forward things and rewind things and stuff like that. But yeah, if they ever say like you need to download something, just download it because there's always new features that they add in and stuff like that. So anyways, this is the package. And what we need to do is we need to right click on the package and say new JFrame form. New JFrame form. Okay? Now we can just use the default name new JFrame. That's fine. So you don't have to add in any special name. And this is what we've been leading up to for all this time. This is what we're leading up to. Now, it used to be a lot of students were exposed to Visual Basic and then they knew about dragging and dropping. But as Visual Basic gets less and less used, fewer and fewer students know what Visual Basic is, okay? So to get here, we have to go New Project, right? And then after we do New Project, we're gonna pick Java Ant. And then after we pick Java Ant, you go to Java Application, or Java with Ant, then Java Application. And then you have to right-click on the name of your package, which in my case is My Fall 2021 GUI. Then we say New JFrame Form. Okay, New JFrame Form. Okay, perfect. Now, we're just going to drag over a label. So we just find JLabel, just drag it over, just drag the label. Then we can right click on it and we can just edit the text to say enter your name. And then to resize it, you just click on the little boxes and drag it over. And if you wanted more labels, you just left click on more labels and drag them over and you just resize them, move them where you want. It's really, really straightforward. And then if you want to add in a name, you just drag over a text field. And we're going to just rename this J text field. I'm just resizing it. We're going to rename it from J text field 1 to J text field name. Okay, how did I get to rename? I right-clicked on it and went to change variable name. Okay, so to rename, you right-click on the component and go to change variable name. And it's good to rename things so you can keep track of them, right? Now, we don't want this to say JText field 1. That's not anybody's name. Probably there's nobody in the whole world named JText field 1. So we just go here, we edit the text, we just put it to nothing. And then we need a button to make this happen. So we drag over a button, okay, and we just put it wherever we want. I like it there. Then we resize it by dragging the different boxes. And now we right click in the middle of the J button 1 and we say add your name. Okay? Add your name. Now, if we run this code, we can actually see this Java code will compile, right? We are able to get a nice GUI. But if we type the name, my name is Juan, and we say add your name, it doesn't do anything yet, right? It just runs. So to run it, we just have to right click on it and say run file. Now, if we look behind the scenes at all the source code, if we click on source inside of Netbeans, look at all of this code that was just generated. All you have to do is click on the generated code plus symbol, and you'll see line after line. This JLabel had to be created. This text field name had to be created. The button had to be created. The text had to be added. The location where it goes had to be added. So there's lots of lines of Java code that were just written, but they were generated by Netbeans. You see how much quicker that was to just drag and drop? So Now we want to actually give our program some functionality before class time is up. So to make that functionality, we can just double click on add your name, and then you get taken to JButton1 action performed. So we can make a new Java variable. It's going to be a string for the name. String username equals J text field name dot get text. Hey, this is how you interact and how you get. It's actually easier than using a scanner, right? That's less code than making a scanner. So I mean, there could be some instructors who start on day one with Java Swing, right? They just drag and drop, and it might even be easier than working with a scanner. I don't know. But all we want to do is we want to say if username, and let's just pick somebody who's like super popular. If username contains Shaq, right? Everybody loves Shaq. Then we'll say system.out.println welcome Hall of Famer. Welcome Hall of Famer Shaquille. That sounds good. Else we just say hello. Okay, so now to run it, we just go back over to new JFrame.java and we say run file. And then we just go over here and we type in the name Shaq and say add your name. And down here we do see welcome Hall of Famer Shaquille. And then if we add in the name David, it just says hello, right? There's no special greeting for me because I'm not Shaquille O'Neal, right? I'm not the Hall of Famer, 7'2", 7'1", whatever his height is. You know, that's just the way it goes. So we're gonna go here to my fall 2021 GUI, and we'll put it in my documents. Call it GUI code.zip. And then we'll go here to export, and we'll go here to documents. There's the GUI code. Drag it and drop it. This is the code from class. Okay. And then if you want to import this, all you have to do is download that from Discord. Go over here to Netbeans and say File, Open Project, and then you can open the project that I just gave you, right? You just go to the location you downloaded it, and then you open it up, and then you can interact. You can click on the different files. You can run them, because I obviously did go pretty quickly. I don't think anybody was able to click as I was doing it. Did anyone make a working GUI example today? Like where you ask for a name and then read it in? No, that was too fast. No one would be able to do all that clicking. Just because like I knew time was running out. And I know that this is being recorded. So, but you see, it's not that much, right? That's the main point I want to show you. To read in, to write back. Now, what if we wanted to write back something? Oh, to add, all you have to do is you just right-click here. You say New JFrame Form, right? And then after we add our form, we can just drag and drop. Like I'll drag and drop a new label. Okay, this new label here will be called change variable name JLabel output. JLabel output. And then I'll just delete the initial text and I'll just have it sitting here, right? And then after they add their name, instead of just printing it out here, I'm just going to add it to JLabel output dot set text, and we'll set the text to exactly what we have right here. Okay? And then for this, we're going to do the same thing. JLabel output set text hello. Okay? So now we rerun it. New JFrame, run file. And here we go. So we say, enter your name. My name is Shaq. Add your name. It says, welcome Hall of Famer Shaquille. Change the name to Bill. Add your name. Hello. All right. So you see, to read in is get text. To write is set text. GUI programming with Java, once you get the components put in, is really not that hard. Like, that's not difficult syntax. Now, getting your Netbeans set up, okay, that takes a little bit of work. Let's find out how students are doing. Let's see. It's saying the specified JDK folder does not contain the JDK. Man, I wish I didn't have a class right after this. I'd love to help you. Let's see. Is anybody free for some problem solving with Jonathan after class gets out to try to fix that issue? Anyone can anyone volunteer to try to help? Because I'd love to get you up and running with Netbeans. Let's see. I won't be free right away, but you'll be trying to troubleshoot. You'll post what you find. Same thing happens to you, but you just open the folder. Let's see. Well, I don't have an immediate answer, but we are running out of time. So let me go ahead and take attendance real quickly. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you'll get it fixed. It's just a matter of, sticking with it. All right, so I will post this video. In addition, I have other Java, NetBeans, GUI videos to post on Discord. Okay? But this will really help you to make a cool final project. So I know we haven't posted our final project ideas, but I usually wait until after showing this about how easy it is to make a GUI, just to get you thinking, okay, if you had a consumer application in mind that people would really prefer to use a GUI, this would help you to see it's not that hard to interact with GUIs. And you can deploy them on Replit really, really easily. So perfect. We're at 8:40. We did get a working example up because it's frankly not that long to drag and drop, add some Java code, and get it working. So that's it. I'm gonna have to get things prepared for my next class. So just talk to you later. Goodbye.